Okay, I'm going to start now. If somebody joins a little bit late, they will be able to watch the recording. Well, welcome again to everybody. We're starting today the first session of this week that we have prepared about IEC Discovery Week. During this week, every day at 6 p.m., we will have a short webinar about studying in different countries. Today, we will start with beautiful Scotland, and we're going to count with these universities: University of Glasgow, University of Strathclyde, University of Edinburgh, Napier, University of Aberdeen, and University of Stirling. And now 2 minutes to talk to you about IEC. We're a company that we are leading university counseling in Spain. We have been working for 26 years, helping students access the best international education. We are partners with a huge number of universities in the UK and in other countries like Netherlands, United States, Canada, Denmark. You can see it in the slides. And what we try to do is help you throughout the process of choosing the university and doing all the different things you have to do in order to apply for to an international university. You have there our telephone and also our email if you want to contact us. And now I'm going to let Adrian do the presentation. 1 second. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sophia. Let me just try to share my screen. Let me just check. Can you see my screen all right? Perfect. Okay, great. Then let me try to do the presentation. Oops, 1 second. Okay, I think I might have the same issue as you did. Here we go. Okay, I think now it's working. Brilliant. So thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome. And my name is Audrey Hortobai. I work at the University of Glasgow. And before we go into all the details about the universities that Sophia mentioned earlier, I would like to just give you a very short overview of Scotland. And actually, I will tell you why you should consider Scotland as a destination of your studies. So why Scotland? Scotland is an absolutely beautiful, very inspiring and extremely welcoming country. It's also a very international and multicultural country. So we have actually the highest concentration of universities in Europe, which would be another reason due to which you should consider coming here. And if you come here, you will experience this very welcoming, very friendly, very international environment. We have over 52,000 students from roughly 180 countries. Which is quite an achievement, I would say. And our students are very happy with the education, also with the experience that they receive in Scotland. And actually, they also have a very high employability rate. So our graduates actually can find jobs fairly easily after they graduate for the university in Scotland. So why is that? The reason for this, mainly when it comes to undergraduate degrees, that we have a slightly different approach with our undergraduate degrees in comparison to the rest of the UK. So the duration of our undergraduate degrees is 4 years. The reason for this is actually that we try to make sure that we give as much flexibility to our students as it is possible. So basically, our students in the beginning of their courses have a choice actually to choose different subject areas without really making a commitment of going in depth with them, so specializing in them. So they can decide to take on certain subjects in the first 2 years, then they can also drop certain subjects, and they have the flexibility to figure out what they want to specialize on the 3rd and the 4th years of their studies. But the result is high graduation rates, because obviously the students have time to figure out what they really want to do, and also high employment rates, because the employers definitely appreciate the fact that our students actually gain knowledge and experience in certain subject areas. Some of our students also decide, obviously, to continue their studies with postgraduate studies, and obviously these studies are also available to international students and EU students as well. So we offer both master courses. The duration of our master courses is 1 year. Just wanted to highlight this. And if anybody is interested in in-depth research in certain subject areas, in Scotland, we also have research master programs And we do offer as well PhD studies, the usual doctoral studies. If you come to Scotland and study in Scotland, you will be part of a very, very vibrant, lively, active student community. We have more than 1,000 student societies in Scotland. So if you have any interest in any area at all, chances are that you will actually find a club or society for that. And you will be able to actually meet like-minded people here in Scotland. You can also participate in sports events, join sports clubs, take part in between university competitions. So there are loads of opportunities to get involved with other students basically here. All our universities provide a really good support, including welfare services to our students. We try to make sure that our students are taken care of. And we also try to make sure that our students have the opportunity to study abroad while they are doing their courses at our universities. That was a very short introduction to Scotland. I would definitely encourage you to try to find further information about Scotland because it's really an amazing country. And now I would like to continue with the presentation on the University of Glasgow. So the University of Glasgow is a very old university. It was founded back in 1451. And basically what I mentioned earlier about Scotland is all true for the university. So actually it's in one of the world's friendliest cities. It's a very, it has a very vibrant student community. We have loads of clubs and societies. And actually the employability rate of our students is very high as well. It's 95.9%. The University of Glasgow is also one of the world's top 100 universities. And we are also very proud of the fact that we were awarded the UK University of the Year 2020 in the DHE Awards, excuse me. And we also have roughly 30,000 students from over 140 countries. So it's a very, very international university. Besides being one of the top 100 universities in the world, we also highly ranked in different subject areas. So you can actually see on the slides that we are ranked highly in dentistry, vet medicine, life sciences in general, but accounting and finance, business and management, also law. So all these subjects are strengths at the university. I also wanted to show you a photo of the University of Glasgow, so the main campus, basically, what you can see on the photo here. And if you just follow basically my cursor on the screen, you will see that basically all these buildings belong to the main campus. So chances are that if you come to study with us, you will be studying one of those buildings that I showed you earlier. Or chances are that you might be actually studying on one of our new buildings, because actually we are going through a huge campus expansion at the moment. So we really try to make sure that our students get a really modern study space, actually. So they will have access either for collaborative studies or for individual studies to the most modern spaces. And we are, what you can see on the photo is our new James McKinsey's Learning and Teaching Hub, which just opened back in April, but we are also actually building a new business school. We will have soon a new Institute for Health and Wellbeing. So there are loads of exciting things happening at the university at the moment. In terms of subject areas, we offer a wide variety of subjects, as you can see it on the slide. So if you have any interest in any subject area, I would actually suggest or recommend to check our website, where you will see that you have choices of hundreds of different undergraduate and postgraduate programs, actually. So, and as for entry requirements, so we accept the usual international and qualifications for our undergraduate degrees, but we also actually accept the Título de Bachiller and above. Excuse my Spanish, it's very bad. And the minimum requirements actually could be seen here on the slides. When it comes to postgraduate degrees, we recognize basically most of the bachelor's degrees from most of the Spanish universities. We require a 2.21 honors degree actually for our postgraduate courses. And you can see actually a degree equivalency on the slides here as well. If English is not your language, not your first language, you would also need to provide a proof of your English language efficiency and proficiency actually when you apply for our courses. Another important information that we do offer scholarships at the University of Glasgow. So we offer scholarships both for undergraduate and postgraduate courses. So we have an undergraduate excellence scholarships, which is actually available for international students. And the value of the scholarship is £7,000 per year. And we have various postgraduate scholarships. So the value is actually really depends on the course, and it depends on the type of scholarship that is available. We guarantee accommodation to our international students if they apply by the deadline. So we have 3,500 residential spaces that they can choose from. And actually all the information on our accommodation is available on our website, including the location of the student halls and also the facilities that we provide in the student halls. As I work at the university, obviously I presented you with all the facts from the university's perspective. So I would encourage you to check out our Ask a Student website to learn more about the University of Glasgow. Basically, you can talk to current students and also our alumni via this service, and whatever they say is actually will be their genuine opinion, as we don't really monitor these conversations. So that was all from my side. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have any questions on the University of Glasgow, you can see my email address on the slide. And now I would like to hand it over to, I believe, Melissa at Strathclyde.
Thanks, Adri. I'll just share my screen. Bear with me a second. Excellent. Hopefully everyone can see that. Thank you so much to IEC for having all of us along today to present all about Scotland. Thanks, Adri, as well, for your lovely presentation about our country and our studies. And yes, my name is Melissa Cunningham, and I work in the international office at the University of Strathclyde, which is also in Glasgow. So the University of Glasgow is in the west end of the city. And we are not very far from the University of Glasgow. You can take a short subway ride and you'll get to the Strathclyde campus, which is in the downtown area of Glasgow. So a little bit about our university. We are a very old institution as well. You might find this a very common theme among Scottish universities. So the University of Strathclyde was founded at the very end of the 18th century, back in 1790. Oops, goodness me. I'm getting a bit too enthusiastic here. So we were founded back in 1796 at the end of the 18th century. As I said, we're situated in the heart of the city centre, right in amongst all of the amenities as well. So it's very easy to get around the city centre itself. It's a very walkable city, Glasgow, so you don't necessarily require transport to get around. But if you do, as I mentioned, we have our subway or our metro system, the University of Strathclyde as well. I'll show you this on the next slide, that might be easier. We are situated within a 5 or 10 minute walking distance from the main bus and train stations as well. So it's a really great hub if you're looking to travel around Scotland or the rest of the UK, and indeed from various major towns and cities in Europe as well. So we have great international connections to various destinations globally. Just to go back a second as well, we also have Glasgow International Airport, which is a 20-minute drive away from campus. We are situated from the capital, Edinburgh. We're only about 45 minutes from there as well. Everything is very centrally located. It's a great student city in which to study. The University of Strathclyde, we are a medium to large sized institution. We have over 23,000 students from over 100 different countries. We've won many accolades over the years, but one quite recent one which we are very proud of is that we were ranked 4th in the UK for student satisfaction. So this is a survey that's done by the National Student Survey, commissioned by Times Higher Education. And they review over 150 UK universities. And in terms of the last year, our students were surveyed on different areas in terms of their experience and teaching, in terms of campus facilities, pastoral support, accommodation, different things like that. And as I say, we were ranked 4th. So it's really great to have this great experience that students are feeding back on. They have such a great time at the university. And we're increasing in the rankings as well. Certainly with this particular survey, we were ranked overall 85% in satisfaction, and that's above the UK average of 75%. And we have risen 28 places in the past year in the Times Higher Education list. So we're very well ranked, very well regarded in the UK. In terms of other accolades as well, we've also won Times Higher Education UK University of the Year in 2019 and also back in 2012 as well. So we are the only UK university to have won this award twice now. And like Glasgow as well, as Adri had mentioned, the University of Strathclyde is also investing a lot in terms of new resources for students and staff. Over the past 10 years, we've invested £1 billion to spend on campus and student facilities, which is great. So you will come to Strathclyde and see lots of different new facilities and new buildings on our campus as well. Again, we were in the QS rankings, we were ranked 5-star in all 5 areas. And this again incorporates things like teaching and research and student satisfaction and experience as well. In terms of other things that we do offer for students, we do offer partial scholarships each year as well. So this is something to bear in mind. These do have to be confirmed for next year, but I can tell you just based on previous years, we do tend to offer really high scholarships. And these in the past have been up to £10,000 off tuition fees as well. So you will be able to find more information on our web pages about that. And I just have some photos as well. I think it's always nice to give you a visual effect of what the campus and the surrounding areas look like. This is a street which is within a 2-minute walk of the main campus. And it showcases as well the best of student experience in terms of different bars and restaurants that you can go to. And the little church, which is just up at the top of the street, is actually a converted church. It's a theatre. You'll find this a common theme in Glasgow. So again, Glasgow is a city that is full of culture and arts. It's known as the UNESCO City of Music as well. So there's something going on no matter what you're interested in. Lots to get involved in. In terms of our rankings then and some of our subject areas, in terms of our research, we're within the UK's top 20 universities for research intensity. We were recently ranked top 10, well, 23 of our subject areas are ranked top 10 in the UK. These include accounting and finance, forensic science, and speech and language therapy, for which we're ranked number 1. And you can see various other areas as well: social work, social policy, marketing, lots of our engineering subjects as well ranked within the top 10. So we're really pleased in that. Again, the recognition for our excellence in teaching is reflected in these rankings. And then our subject areas. So we have 4 faculties at the University of Strathclyde. We have our Strathclyde Business School, we have our Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, we have our Faculty of Engineering, which has 8 departments. It's one of the largest faculty of engineering in the UK. And finally, our Faculty of Science. So you can see all of our different disciplines within these 4 areas. And again, just to show you some of our new facilities as well. This is most recently our new biomedical and pharmacy facility. And this as well is known as the TIC. It's the Technological and Innovation Centre, and we're actually expanding this area as well. We do have really good, strong industry links at the University of Strathclyde. So within this area, students do have access to it. But within this area, we also host large-scale conferences. Again, we work with industry and local companies, government agencies as well, who host a wide variety of different initiatives and activities in this building. So Strathclyde works really well in tandem with all of these different stakeholders. And of course, students do avail of the opportunities within them as well. Excellent industry links, which translates to great opportunities for placements for students as well. I do realise that my time has probably run out a little bit, but certainly if you do have any questions about the university itself, please do get in touch with me. My contact details are here. My colleague Siobhan McGurk, she is International Recruitment Manager for Europe. Please do feel free to get in touch with her as well. And lots more information can be found on Strathclyde's international student web pages. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Melissa. So let's see if I can now share my screen successfully. Okay, hopefully that worked. Perfect. I'm getting a thumbs up. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. So my name is Emma, and I am going to talk to you about studying at Edinburgh Napier University. So I'm continuing your tour around Scotland, and we've now moved to the beautiful capital city of Edinburgh. Okay, so Edinburgh is a really well-connected capital city. It's a UNESCO World Heritage City, and it's also a very green city, which hopefully you can see from this picture here. It's also got its own mountain, which you can see in the picture behind me, as well as sandy beaches. It's really well connected to the rest of Scotland, as well as the rest of the UK, Europe, and then also internationally as well. It's a really friendly, quite small city, so it only has a population of about 500,000, and of that, about 60,000 students. At Edinburgh Napier University, we have about 14,500 students, and again, this is from about 150 different countries. So again, we're a really international, very welcoming university. Edinburgh is a really friendly city. This means there's lots of really great opportunities for students to get involved in the local community. It's also a festival city, so it's home to the largest arts festival in the world, the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which happens every summer. And it was back on this summer, which was really great after everything that's been going on in the last 18 months to 2 years. There's also many other festivals that happen throughout the year as well. Some of you might be aware of Edinburgh and its Harry Potter connections as well, so there's lots of really great things around the city. Okay, thinking about the university, so we are a modern, innovative and inclusive university. We focus on academic theory alongside employability and entrepreneurship. We really want to help our students get the careers that they love. So we focus on career readiness, practical experience, client projects, and also industry expertise. We were founded in 1964 and became a university in 1992, which definitely makes us a modern university, unlike some of my colleagues with their ancient universities. And our namesake, John Napier, invented logarithms. So this is the basis of some of our really important work within our School of Engineering and the Built Environment, as well as our School of Computing. So things like cybersecurity is something that we take really seriously. Okay, so as I mentioned, employability is really important to us. So both at the undergraduate and postgraduate level, we help our students become career ready through gaining lots of practical experience as part of their programs. The majority of our students learn practically by doing internships, life projects, or work shadowing. We're also really closely connected to industry, and our courses are created in collaboration with industry links who work with us to deliver our programs. So we have lots of guest lecturers and people from industry, both local, national and international, who come into the university to support our students in their learning. We also have a dedicated Student Futures team who focus on the professional development of our students and really making sure that they are prepared for the world of work. This includes offering skills workshops, networking events with employers, and much, much more. So this is something that we take really, really seriously. In terms of entrepreneurship, we have the Bright Red Triangle, which is our enterprise and innovation hub. So they support students with their startup businesses. So far, they've supported 428 startups, and there's 180 of these which are trading businesses, which is a really great achievement. They also offer students the opportunity to work on live consultancy projects with businesses. So if this is something that you're interested in, then the Bright Red Triangle would definitely be something for you. This is available for all students to get involved in, should they like, so definitely something to check out on our website. In terms of our academic schools, we have 6 academic schools across our 3 city campuses. So our business school is a modern, global and dynamic school, and it's actually one of the largest business schools in Scotland. They offer courses ranging from marketing and business management to tourism, festival and events. We also have our School of Applied Sciences, who offer an applied approach to science in areas such as social sciences, psychology, criminology, biomedical sciences, wildlife biology, and conservation. Our School of Arts and Creative Industries aim to unlock innovation and talent and are really focused on creating sustainable careers for our students in tomorrow's creative and connected communities. We offer courses such as design, publishing, film, English, as well as music. Our School of Computing allows our students to specialise on our accredited courses. So we have things ranging from games development to software engineering, cybersecurity and digital forensics, as well as the more classic computing sciences as well. Our School of Engineering and the Built Environment offers industry relevant courses in areas such as engineering, architectural technology, quantity surveying and environmental sustainability. And finally, our 6th school is our School of Health and Social Care, and we have courses such as healthcare management and allied health programs. So that's things like occupational therapy and occupational therapy, sorry. Okay, in terms of the EU scholarships, so as some of my colleagues have mentioned, our scholarships for next year are yet to be confirmed, but to give you an idea, the undergraduate scholarship that we had available this year was a scholarship of £3,000. Our postgraduate scholarship, which is also still available for January 2022, so if you're interested in this intake, that scholarship would still be available for you, and that was a scholarship of £7,500. And we also have a visiting student scholarship, so if you only wanted to come and study with us for one academic trimester, you could also take advantage of our visiting student scholarship, which is a £2,000 scholarship as well. So for more information, you can visit our website. You've also got my contact details there as well. On the website, you can find lots of information about our entry requirements, and you can also register to attend one of our events or something like that as well. Thank you. I am passing over to Kieran, I believe.
Yes, I will just share my screen now. Can you see that? Oops. Okay, so hello everybody. My name is Kieran Ferguson. I am the International Officer at the University of Aberdeen. So if you're not familiar with the University of Aberdeen, University of Aberdeen is one of the UK's ancient universities, the 5th oldest university in English-speaking world, as a matter of fact. So since 1495, we've grown massively over the years to have over 12 schools. We've currently got about 15,000 students, and we're a massively international university. So about 32% of our students are international from over 130 nationalities. And these students study over 370 degree programs. This ranges massively, as I said, from across 12 schools. But we're ranked really highly in a number of subjects such as medicine, dentistry, law, languages and linguistics, engineering, and business. And finally, I'm not going to tell you much in terms of rankings because it's going to go straight out your head. But finally, we are ranked 158th in the entire world. So I'll tell you a little bit about the city of Aberdeen now, because I know Aberdeen, being quite a small city, is not on the tip of most international people's tongues. But in my opinion, and in the opinion of the vast majority of our students, it's an absolutely fantastic city. And the great thing about it, as I say, is it's relatively small. So the way I say it is, it's big enough that it's got absolutely everything you could possibly need to make a good city, and have good nightlife and have plenty available, but small enough in that it's like easy to walk around, easy to get around, B, really safe, and C, very affordable. Now, it's also, the great thing about it is its location. So we're about 10 minutes from the beach at our campus. It's an absolutely beautiful beach. It's award-winning, just for being extremely nice. But it's also very popular amongst surfers. If any of you are brave enough to go surfing in the North Sea, then that's very much a good option for you. We're also right on the brink of the Scottish Highlands as well. So we're about, I'd say, maybe like 15 minutes drive away from like right the start of the Scottish Highlands. So any of you who would be into skiing or hill walking or camping or looking for wildlife, this would be an absolutely fantastic opportunity for you to see the world-renowned Scottish Highlands. Now, despite Aberdeen being relatively small, we also have we have an international airport, and it's really accessible. The international airport itself is probably about 15 minutes from the centre of town, I'd say, and it has direct flights to most large UK cities. So it very much has the option. It is very much easy to get to and from, whether you want to go travel at the weekends or whether you want to go home or whatever. And finally, on Aberdeen, Aberdeenshire is also home to over 300 castles as well, which is maybe not the usual claim to fame for most universities, but it's a really, really popular pastime for all our students to go on and get an idea of Scottish history and see some of the ruins on the side of like cliffs and things like that. It tends to be very picturesque and absolutely outstanding for the old Instagram feed. And actually, the great thing about this as well is Bram Stoker, who wrote Dracula's castle on a castle in Aberdeen, which you would be able to go see if you come and join us. So finally, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about student life and support, because this is a really important thing for us. This is something we put a lot of emphasis on. So we're currently top 5 in the entire UK for student satisfaction, and I think our student life and our student support is a big part of what makes us so highly ranked in that regard. So we have over 150, we fund over 150 student societies and student sports clubs, and there's absolutely everything you could possibly want, be it any sport, be it, Quidditch, underwater hockey. I don't know what underwater hockey is. I couldn't envision how it could possibly work, but we've got it. We've got absolutely everything. And it's a great way for students to meet friends and gain some good experience to put on their CVs. But we also have, every student has their own personal tutor with us as well. So if you're ever stuck in anything academically, you need a bit more time, maybe you're a bit overwhelmed with some of your studies, this is something you can always discuss with your personal tutors. But they're also counsellor trained as well. So it means that if you're actually having any personal issues as well, and you need any extra support, between our other trained counsellors that we have across the university in different departments, there's a lot of support there based on, for anything and everything you could possibly need. And finally, and I guess I'm ending on a big one here, we also have EU scholarships to try and mitigate against the massive increases in fees that's going to come as a result of Brexit. So for those of you who are undergraduate, maybe if you're starting this year, for example, there would be an £8,000 discount to any students who are self-funded. In other words, are not receiving any other scholarships. So if you want any more information on that or anything else, please don't hesitate to get in touch. This is our contact details. And you can feel absolutely free to, as I say, ask anything or ask for more information, because I've mostly just given you a brief description of things rather than going into too much depth and overwhelming you with information. Okay, that's me done, and I believe I'm passing on to, who am I passing on to? Is it
myself?
Oh,
Gemma,
hello.
it's Stirling.
There you go.
Right, I'm just going to attempt to share my screen, which hopefully I'm now doing. Brilliant, getting a thumbs up as well, so that's good too. So thank you so much. Hopefully you're still with us. I know that you're taking in a lot of information just now, but hopefully you're bearing with us. I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about the University of Stirling and the City of Stirling. So my name's Gemma Connell and I'm the Student Recruitment Manager for Europe. So I'm here to kind of guide you through that student journey from application right through to enrolment. Any questions that you might have. I wanted to start off just by talking a little bit about Stirling. Stirling's actually the ancient capital of Scotland. So way back in the day, Stirling was the capital of Scotland. And this is a beautiful drone shot of Stirling. So you can see it's dead picturesque, really pretty, lots of greenery, and very historical. It's actually considered a small town, small city, but a big town. And it's got a great mix of student life, but a lot of cultural experiences as well. The population of Stirling is around about 90,000, but 20% of that is students. So it's a very student city with retail, music, cafe culture, restaurants, bars, nightlife, but it also has a lot of historical content in there. Stirling has a castle, which was home to some very famous royalty back in the day. And it also has the Wallace Monument. You can see that in the picture there. Stirling's very accessible. We're right in the heart of Scotland. It's known as the heart of Scotland, but it's really accessible by public transport. So we're very close to both major airports, Edinburgh and Glasgow. You can get to both within an hour. We're also known as the gateway to the Highlands and Islands, and we definitely recommend if you study in Scotland that you explore the country, explore what the country has in terms of the islands and the, up in the north of Scotland as well. And we've also got great links with down in London and Manchester with direct trains too. I also just wanted to point out that it's one of the UK's safest cities and actually one of the most affordable cities in the UK. Just something to pop in there as well. So more about our university then. The University of Stirling's a fairly new university. It's quite modern. It was built in 1967 and it's an average sized university with around about 14,000 students in it. You've heard lots of accolades today and I'm just going to add just a couple. You can see them on the screen there. Top 30 in the UK for the UK's best university. Really high student satisfaction rates, you know what that's all based on. Sports University of the Year 2020, we're really proud of that one. But one of the most important things that we think is our employability statistics. So 95% of our students are in full-time employment or further education within 15 months of graduating. So it's really important that when you study with us, that you get a really good education, but also the skills to go out and go into the workplace. It's really important that you are employable. That is the end result, to go out and get a really good job. And we continue to work with our students long after you've graduated. We've got a very strong alumni population of students all over the world. We're a very cosmopolitan university. And our career service is one that you can use forever. Once you're an alumni student, you can still continue to use that career service, continue to get advice and guidance from that career service as well. So we're a campus university. Everything that you need is all on one campus. And this is our gorgeous campus. It's 330 acres. We're ranked first in the UK for campus environment, top 25 for the university facilities. And you'll agree it's really beautiful. So everything you need is there. We've got really practical things like a dentist, a doctor, surgery, pharmacy, the library, the Students' Union, but we have all the really fun stuff as well. The Students' Union, eateries, coffee shops, restaurants. We have a 9-hole par 3 golf course. All of our sports facilities, you'll see our gorgeous loch in the middle there, and you'll see students out walking or running around that at lunch times. And we even have our own castle on campus that was once a midwifery hospital back in the war days, but is now incorporated into teaching facilities on there. So very typically Scottish. Very Scottish university as well. We're also investing loads of into new facilities. We've just opened our brand new sports centre at the end of 2020, and it's great to see students being able to use that now after COVID. And our student campus central project is due to be completed in the next couple of months, and that's brand new teaching spaces, study spaces and social spaces as well, all to enhance that student experience with us. So why should you study at Stirling? First of all, our gorgeous campus. This is a gorgeous picture of our loch with some of the wildlife. If you study on campus, you will see ducks, squirrels, swans, and lots of really beautiful wildlife. You'll also see students sitting on the side of the loch studying, enjoying music and barbecues. Doesn't matter what time of year it is, they will be out enjoying the whatever sunshine we get in Scotland. It's not an awful lot, to be honest. So like I said, we've got some fantastic sports facilities. We were Sports University of the Year 2020. So if you are into sport, if you're an elite athlete, then certainly this is somewhere that you should consider speaking to us about coming. We've got some fantastic sports scholarships. If you're not sporty, that's absolutely fine. We have a whole range of clubs and societies that you can join as well. From an academic perspective, there's lots of reasons why you would want to study with us. We've got very flexible degree structures. Adri talked a little bit about that at the start. With our degree structures, you can change your degree within the first 2 years of studying and study cross-disciplinary. We've got some world-leading research in a number of great areas, so in health and well-being, environment, and sport, and this is all embedded into your teaching. You're learning from some of the best academics within those areas. A little fun piece of research that we've just done within the last year is research into the psychology of the voting behaviours in the Eurovision Song Contest. That was actually done by the management school. And it looks at the different ways that countries vote for the Eurovision. It's a really interesting piece of research. You can actually see that on our website. Within the Students' Union, our Students' Unions are all there for our students. And our Students' Union has become the first carbon neutral Students' Union in the UK. And the union's committed to being responsible and being sustainable development. That's very hard to say in English. I can't imagine what it's like to say in Spanish. And that's really important to us as well, and very important to the Students' Union, and a piece of work that is ongoing. But they're also there to run a number of really fun clubs and societies to make your university experience a really great one, but also there to make sure that you are, they're there as a peer support as well. If you are come up against any issues, if you are struggling, they are a really good peer support and there for you. One of the things I really wanted to highlight was our EU scholarship. A few universities have talked about scholarships. We are really pleased to announce that we are confirming our EU scholarship for 2022-2023. This is quite a big scholarship. It's to the value of £30,000, and the way that looks is it's a £5,000 per year discount in years 1 to 3, and an honours year discount. So that covers the full cost of tuition fees in year 4. If you're a PG student, a postgraduate student, there's a 40% discount on fees. And we're really pleased that got a bit click heavy. We're really pleased that we've been able to guarantee that for 2022-2023. Some of the subjects that you can study at Stirling, we've got over 220 degree combinations, and we've got 5 main faculties that you can study within. So this is just a few of the subjects within those faculties. I've highlighted a couple there. Film and media, this is a really practical course, a great way to get hands-on experience. Lots of students have actually gone on to win national awards and gone on to work within the industry. We've got a PPE, which is politics, philosophy and economics. We were one of the first of its kind in Scotland. We were the first to offer this degree in Scotland, and it's one of the only triple honour degrees that you can get. We've got a strong reputation in adult nursing, paramedic science and sport, and we're the world leading institute for aquatic sciences, so things like marine biology, a really good place to come and study that. Lots of really good research and hands-on practical experience as well. We've got a strong reputation in education, so in primary teaching and also secondary teaching. We embed that alongside studying a subject, so you don't need to do a postgraduate qualification. You learn the subject and the teaching all in your undergraduate degree. We've also got a range of subjects within the management school, everything from accountancy, business, marketing, to sustainable events management as well. Our accountancy degree, you can work within the Amplified Trading Centre, where you're learning skills about financial markets and how to trade in real time with virtual money. And that's something that's embedded into that course, but something that you can do out with that course as well. Not many of our subjects have subject-specific entrance requirements, meaning that you don't have to be studying a specific subject to get onto the programme. Exceptions to that would be some of the science-based subjects or vocational programmes, but the majority of our subjects don't have subject-specific entrance requirements. And like we said, we do have a lot of flexibility with our courses as well. We would love to keep in touch with you. Like I say, I'm here to support you through the student journey right from the start, from any inquiries, right through to enrolment. So please feel free to keep in touch with me. And as I'm sure my other colleagues would say as well, it's been lovely to speak to you. We hope we haven't caused too much confusion with all of the information, and we look forward to taking some of your questions just now.
Thank you very much, Gemma. Also, thank you very much to all the other panelists. Sandra, I cannot see the chat. Can you tell me if there are some questions or not? You can write them on the chat if you want to ask anything.
Okay, yes, Sophia, we have here, I see one question from Leo. The question is this in Spanish, by the way, but I will try to translate it. Okay, it's regarding your entry requirements, and this is a general question for all the universities in general. If the student is studying the IB diploma, and the requirement you have is the student is studying on a specific subject in higher level, are you flexible if the student is studying this subject in this standard level? So I don't know if maybe, Adrian, do you want to go for that one? I guess the answer is pretty much the same in all the universities, but go ahead.
I'm not 100% sure about it, but I can tell you actually what we would say at the University of Glasgow. And please, everybody else, just correct me if you have different requirements. So we would say it really very much depends on the course. So if we have subject-specific requirements, then unfortunately we would need the high-level IB score. So if there's no subject requirement, subject-specific requirement, then you're absolutely fine with the standard one.
Anyone else want to give feedback? I guess this is the same. It depends on the course. It depends on university. Gemma, yes.
Yeah, what I would just say is, and some of the other unis might agree with me, apologies, the sun's coming in very bright, I look like a ghost. What I would say is a lot of courses are maybe have accreditations or are linked to an accrediting body, and that means that those subject-specific entrance requirements are not set by the institution, but are perhaps set by a governing body or an accrediting body, meaning that we have no control over those. So at times, if the university is able to be flexible, quite often we will be, but there's a lot of times when we're not able to be flexible because it's not set by us.
I would just say, to add to that, if there's a course that you're really interested in, it's always worth just getting in touch with the university just to double check, because like Gemma said, there might be cases where it is required, but there might be other cases where we can be a bit more flexible, but it's maybe just not 100% clear on the website. So do just get in touch with the universities.
Great. We have another question from Irene, and it is also about entry requirements, and this one is about the Spanish Bachillerato and the EVAL, the university entry test in Spain, and she would like to know how the equivalents work in terms of, I guess, of entry requirements. I guess that's the question, Irene. How does it work, the equivalency between, the Scottish qualification from high school and the Spanish ones in terms of, do you recognize the Spanish Bachillerato? And yeah, for instance, maybe Kieran, do you want to go for that one?
Yeah, we absolutely accept it. In terms of, we don't tend to think so much in terms of equivalencies, because our admission selectors actually know the system very well. They know the curriculum very well, so they just set the requirements based on that, based on what they know. So I'll give you an example. So we'd look for usually 8 overall in the overall, and then potentially 9 in individual subjects. So for example, if you're looking for a science subject, we'd look for 9 in 2 science subjects.
Okay, I don't see any more questions here. in the Q&A. Let me check the chat. Okay, we have a couple of questions in the chat. This is from Carolina. I would like to know a bit more about the scholarships for EU students as they were not available last year. Okay, so maybe Melissa?
Sure. Yeah, I know that a number of our universities last year had published some information about the specific EU scholarships that we have. And from speaking as well, I think a lot of us have did have quite similar amounts last year. So I think this is, I don't want to speak for all institutions, but certainly at Strathclyde, this is something that we are looking to confirm again for next year. We're just not so sure of the exact amount. But typically we have lots of different scholarships for international students. Again, we are very much aware of the impact financially that Brexit had. And in order to try and mitigate that a little bit and to help support our EU students, that was certainly one of the reasons why Strathclyde had quite specific EU scholarships. So again, please do get in touch with us, get in touch with the individual international officers at the institution which you're interested in, and we can tell you all about the scholarships that are available. But yeah, the EU one certainly is quite generous in helping support you with your tuition fees.
Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, and from IEC, we will keep you posted. We will try to publish any scholarships and financial help that the universities confirm. So follow us on, I guess, social media or newsletter, etc. And we will keep you posted about that as well. And we have another question from Maria Arroyo. She's asking about the application deadline. I think that's an easy one. When is the application deadline? Maybe Emma, do you want to answer that?
Yeah, of course. So if it's for undergraduate courses, you would be applying through UCAS, or with the support of an agent, you might be applying directly. So the equal consideration deadline is the 15th of January, but lots of institutions have kind of extended or later deadlines for international students. So I know that at Edinburgh Napier, we will accept applications from international students until the 30th of June. But again, just something maybe to double check with the institution that you're interested in. It might be that some courses are particularly popular, so it would definitely be worth applying by the 15th of January if it's a course that is a very popular one. If it's in terms of postgraduate applications, again, each university is going to be different because you're applying directly to the university rather than through a central body. So this would be something to check with the institutions. Again, speaking just for Edinburgh Napier, most of our postgraduate courses don't have an application deadline, but if they do have a deadline, this will be listed on the course homepage as well. But again, any questions, do just get in touch with any of us.
That's the best thing to do. In fact, I have here a note from Sophia. Apparently this year is the 26th of January, the deadline, right?
There we go. I got the date wrong.
Because it has always been the 15th.
Yes, this year, like last year, because due to COVID, they extended a little bit, and this year, the traditional 15th of every year, it's going to be the 26th.
We have like 1 week more to send the
application,
which is always great. Thank you, Emma. Okay, I see another question here. Clara is asking, what are the requirements to get a scholarship? That's a good one. So, so maybe Audrey, do you want to answer that in the case of your university?
Yes, unfortunately, I won't be able to talk in behalf of everybody here. So, yeah, I will just tell you very fast about our requirements at the University of Glasgow, and then please, everybody else, just add to it. So basically, we award a scholarship based on academic merits. And actually, unfortunately, we don't really have the requirements for next year yet. So we are working on it at the very moment, but it will be published on our website. So all the details, all the information on our scholarship will be on our website very soon.
Thank you. Anyone else want to answer that?
I can just say on behalf of Stirling, so
Yep.
our scholarship is not one that any students have to apply for. That's given automatically. Our admissions team will process that automatically for any eligible students, and we've got no limit to that number of scholarships. So anyone who is eligible will automatically get that scholarship. But the full details of the eligibility criteria is on our website. But if it's for EU domiciled students who are international for fee paying purposes, but there's no application process, and if they're eligible, they will get it.
Great, thank you. Okay, I don't see any more questions here or in the chat. So I guess that's all, Sophia, for
Yes,
now.
I guess it's all. If there's not one last minute question, if not, you can always send us an email. We will send this presentation and you will have the contact details of everybody. Thank you again, the panelists, for such wonderful presentation, and also the participants for your questions and for your time. And we hope to see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.